So just hang tight, chat. Normally I do this all on like a we'll be right back screen, but we're kind of doing this on the fly right now.
Yeah, we stay fly here. It's crazy. Just madness. I can tell you, chat, we're headed to Towers of Doom. I'll just spoil that. So already just getting into one of the most interesting maps in this game. Some familiar faces on both teams too. So as Jazzy updates everything, I will just keep talking.
Yeah, I think we can probably go ahead and tell them that we're ready to get into this, and you can fill time with what's happening in draft. But I'll just let you know for now, Cursed Hollow and Infernal Shrines is banned out by Puns Upon a Time. Knights that Stay Bronze have banned out Battlefield of Eternity and Braxis Holdout, so we won't be seeing those maps in this series. Towers of Doom to kick it off for tonight. I'm going to let them know we're ready, and I will update as we go here, and we can get into the draft here. But again, GG's to the baddest dudes tonight. Let's get into this next series. Watch me mess up team names for the next 20 minutes.
Puns upon the... Okay, I already messed that up. Puns Upon a Time and the Knights Who Stay Bronze. Okay, that'll be the first time I say it correctly. And the last.
All right. Wow, are we actually ready before they are? Whew!
I don't know.
Well, we've let them know that we're ready, so we're just waiting for the game to start now at this point. If there's time, I'll pop over to the map selection page so you guys can have a visual of what's going on. But I just have to update my tool and get everything in here, and then I'll show you guys.
All right, so looks like everyone's ready.
So this map is picked by Knights That Stay Bronze, because first pick is on the side of Puns Upon a Time.
All right, well, here we go into draft. Towers of Doom. Woo! We have Matlock on the team, Knights That Stay Bronze. You and I are familiar with Matlock. He's tanking.
Yes.
He loves to play Muradin. I know that he's been advised and coached to play Johanna. So curious if we'll see either of those.
He's also pulled out some Mei once in a while as well, so maybe that is something on the table. But to kick it off, it is going to be the Anna ban by Puns Upon a Time being taken off the table there.
Anna ban, Gazlo ban. They know what's up in Div D here. No Gazlo, no thank you. We don't want him, his clamps and whatever he has going on.
I have to update my stream title, so if you just want to fill what's going on with draft for a moment
while
I do that would be
I'm here. I'm here with that. Second ban coming up from Puns Upon a Time. Who's it gonna be? It's gonna be Tychus. Oh no, please don't tell me we're seeing Cho'Gall here. Tychus is a little overtuned right now.
As soon as you see the Tychus ban or like a Melfiel ban in the early game, you kind of wonder like, I don't know.
I think Tychus is really strong right now, so it's kind of like maybe they just have a good Tychus player or they're going Cho'Gall. There's no in between. It's one or the other. First pick, though, for Puns Upon a Time. Who's it going to be? Diva's still available if they want it. Instead, they opt for their tank, Jugger Rob, picking up the Diablo. Switching to a very, very aesthetically pleasing pink and purple glitter leotard. Love to see it.
Oh, there is a Cho'Gall, but not from the team we were expecting. Knights That Stay Bronze locking that in. That's going to be Silver Spy and Angry Smurf playing the Cho'Gall. So it's going to be Angra Spy. Okay.
It's going to be either the 12 nipple skin or not that, is what I'm seeing, based on what... I think it's really just 6, but my god. An early Cho'Gall means a Cursed Bullet, Grey Mane, and possibly Bloodlust Rhaegar. So those are the second and third pickups for Puns Upon a Time. A lot of dog creatures over there on that
I
side.
would
on the blue side.
imagine Puns Upon a Time looking to probably ban a healer that pairs well with the Cho'Gall, so we can maybe expect an Ariel or an Alexstrasza ban from Puns Upon a Time just to take away a healer to pair with that Cho'Gall.
Possibly. They still, have to deal with someone who's good at double soaking if Cho'Gall just plans on staying bottom lane. So, okay. They're looking at the Sylvanas ban. Alright, well, we see Brightwing and Muradin picked up, so we still have offlaner held for the side of Knights of Stay Bronze.
Yeah, Brightwing not like the #1 go-to healer for Cho'Gall, but she does have % healing on her phase shift here, so it's not the worst pickup with Cho'Gall, but I think there's definitely better options when you are running him here. I'm interested to see, this means that they're going to have probably Cho'Gall, Muradin, Brightwing in the bottom lane, and an offlaner doing the double soak, so a little bit of a weird comp going on, I guess. I don't know. It's Cho'Gall.
I mean, we could see Azul here, possibly. If not, like I said, Diva's still up. Not necessarily the best in double soaking. Sonya's still available. Not sure who they play, though. So I can just keep naming heroes for the next 5 seconds, and maybe I'll get one right. But let's just see. 1 second left, Jazzy. It's going to be the Sonya.
All right, spicy drafts coming out already tonight in game #1 of this best of 3 series between Puns Upon a Time and Knights That Stay Bronze. Whew. And for those of you curious about the standings in this division, currently Puns Upon a Time is sitting in 5th place with 17 points. Knights That Stay Bronze sitting in 6th place with 16 points. So if they can grab the win here, that'll move them up a position in their league.
It'll tie them, yeah?
Well, it's 17 to 16, so it kind of depends on what the score ends up at the end of the night, right?
Whoever has 16, if they win, though, is tied until further notice, until another map. I don't know. Am I talking math? Yes. Should I be? Absolutely not. And I apologize to everyone in chat.
True J saying, I think they stole it. I think Puns is going to take it. The Cho'Gall, I'm assuming he's talking about there.
That would be a weird reaction to just pick that up. I mean, it would be
funny,
weird.
Though.
Yeah, like, oh, they banned Tychus? All right, I guess we're going Cho'Gall. I guess so. Here we go. Make it work.
Let's see how it works out here as we go into game #1. On the left-hand side, we have Puns Upon a Time with Barber on the Dahaka, Jugger Rob on the Diablo, Lulu playing Rhaegar, Pet Wolverine on the Tassadar, and Bob33 on the Greymane.
And on the side of Knights That Stay Bronze, we have Sonya played by Smoke, Brightwing played by Flying Spuds, Cho played by Angry Smurf, Muradin played by Matlock, and Gall played by Silver Spy. Let's get into this game 1.
I definitely think that Puns Upon a Time has the tools in their kit to deal with the Cho'Gall comp between the Greymane Cursed Bullet, and then at 16 they're going to have Tassadar doing % damage as well. But Cho'Gall's strong. He's tricky to play against, and if you haven't played against him and aren't used to playing against a Cho'Gall comp, it can kind of, mess with your team a bit.
Yeah, and Tassadar is really annoying. So being Cho'Gall dealing with the Tassadar is going to be rough. Matlock already getting manhandled a bit. Chunk down, uses Dwarf Toss. Rhaegar goes in for a little nibble, but gets polyed. And yeah, we're just seeing aggressive
beautiful
play.
Wall stun coming out from the Diablo there onto Muradin. Fortunately for Muradin, he's able to Dwarf Toss on out of there and survive here, but a lot of damage being traded back and forth. You can see these health bars looking quite empty by some of the members here. There is going to be a rotation onto the siege camp on the side of Puns Upon a Time. We're going to see the same thing coming out from Knights That Stay Bronze. They're going to grab theirs as well here.
They're a little late, so there could be a possible invade. Maybe we're not seeing Once Upon a Time really want to do that. Instead, they're clearing this wave down here, looking to have their sappers meet them. There is a wall bang and a flip onto the Brightwing, having to use their cleanse, but the force wall from Tassadar nearly kept Brightwing from getting out of there. Tap was used, and these sappers will make it in to that wall and one of the towers.
I'm just looking, taking a peek at the XP soaked by Sonya and the Dahaka, and they're pretty even, 21-18 to 21-20, so only 2 XP difference there as they make those rotations between mid and top. But a lot of the focus here is in this bottom 4-man matchup, and here's another force wall being thrown out by the Tassadar. Unfortunately, Diablo not quite able to follow up to get the stun off of it. And these sappers getting cleared out, so Knights that Stay Bronze not quite able to push in the sappers the way that Once Upon a Time did.
Right, and I think them just being a little late to start the sappers really caused that. Also, what's interesting having the Brightwing have to hug Muradin and Cho'Gall here is that they're essentially all melee, and those force walls are just huge.
Absolutely. She definitely is stepping up into positions that are a little bit scary as a Brightwing. We do see Greymane has gone to rotate mid to catch some soak there and help Dahaka out, which is going to put Sonya a little bit behind on the rotation. You can see that that top wave has crashed right now. The XP globes are out. Dahaka is even sitting in the bush, and look at this. Sonya only able to catch 2 globes off of that wave, so it's going to be putting them just slightly behind on XP, and you can see that.
Ooh. Yeah. Sorry, there was a Bush Gank bot.
Yeah, I saw that.
Tassadar didn't have any mana. I was going to point that out, but instead face checked. Well, there's mana in Hebum Tassadar. And now we're going to see Knights that Stay Bronze take more of a firm stance down here, putting some damage onto the towers and wall. Trying to even it out. Both teams looking for level 7s.
Polymorph going out onto the Diablo here, and lots of focus going out, and he's going to get picked off by the Cho'Gall. Here's the phase shift from Brightwing to heal him up, and look at that percent health coming out there. Back to a full health bar for the Cho'Gall in the bottom lane.
Level 7s for Knights that Stay Bronze. Sappers up for blue side first. They're just getting on those right away. They too have level 7s now. But we're seeing an invade that from Knights that Stay Bronze.
Do you notice the ring on the Cho'Gall?
I did. First thing, actually. And that's one I won't point out now. Matlock, though, getting chunked. We see a cleanse from Brightwing, but Cho'Gall's staying in there so long, and these health bars are absolutely depleted. This means that they're not even going to be able to get their own sappers. Cho'Gall looking to fully back here. And the sappers are going to go over to Once Upon a Time. That was a very risky fight. Never mind. They're not taking them, Jassy.
Yeah, well, Brightwing, that percent heal coming out there on the phase shift. Muradin, I almost said Matlock. Muradin has that, yeah, Muradin has that second win that heals him up pretty quickly, and he also hit the tap there. So that's just 2 tanks healed up, and they can go contest that camp. You don't have to worry about losing theirs there. I just wanted to say, you know, Matlock surviving there, having no health, and then still turning around, throwing out a stun to save the Cho'Gall from dying, just really shows how competent he is on his Muradin. He can understand when it's safe for him to stay in and when he needs to get out.
Yeah, they know their limits. Here comes a phase shift from Brightwing, but both offlaners are stepping in now. It's a 5v5. Lulu looking low. Jugger Rob in a bit of trouble here, though. Going for the Brightwing will land the kill. And now we see Cho'Gall absolutely bodied. I don't know if there's anything Matlock can do here, but they make it out with that shove. Smoke, though, looking to get popped, will fall. That's 2 for nothing, and this bottom altar going over to Once Upon a Time.
Now that's going to make the score here 28 to 32 in favor of Once Upon a Time. Haven't messed up team names yet.
I know. I'm hyper aware of it, so that's why I'm not messing it up, because you mentioned it once, and I'm like, I'm going to mess it up too. Nope, not today. Just kidding, it'll happen now.
It's not their names are difficult to say. It's just that we're literally getting off of another cast and going straight into this one without a break in between to separate these games.
Yeah, well, that is both towers down on Knights that Stay Bronze's side in this bottom fort. Cho'Gall is scaling, though, in quotes, air quotes. looking for level 10.
Level 10 already online, though, for the side of Punza Upon a Time. We are going to see that Bloodlust being picked up by Rhaegar. Apocalypse being grabbed by Diablo. The Isolation for Dahaka being picked up. Archon and Cursed Bullet for Hassadar and Greymane, respectively. And look at this bottom lane, crashing into this bottom fort now. This is going to be the bottom tower getting dangerously low as well. So it's pretty even down here, all in all. Although, Punza Upon a Time up a level on XP now. They do have their level 10s hit on the
We
side
see
of Knights.
Leap though from the Sonya.
Yeah,
An
give us
choice.
the rundown.
Okay, even more melee here. Leap from Sonya, Emerald Wind, Twilight Hammer from the Cho, Avatar from Murloc. Murloc? What? Matlock Muradin? It's a wow. And Twisting Nether from Goal. Matlock and Muradin is Murloc. Hello? Murloc.
All right, those sappers getting picked up by the side of Punza Upon a Time. They're going to be pushing that bottom lane during the objective here. Stun going out onto the Diablo. Cho'Gall dropping out his ball there, trying to get some damage in. Diablo kind of caught out here, a little bit separated from his team. He's going to use that Gladiator's Medallion to try and get out. Turns around, lands the wall stun onto the Cho'Gall. APOC comes out. All the damage being dumped out onto Cho'Gall here, but we have that Emerald Wind trying to zone out the team members of Punza Upon a Time. That's not going to be enough to save Sonya's life. And now Muradin looking like he might be in some trouble as he has that silence from the Dahaka on him as he makes his way out of there. And this altar is going to go over to the side of Punza Upon a Time as the rest of the members of Knights that stay bronze having to back out here. Muradin jumping over the wall to scout this camp out, but his team not close enough for him to do anything about it.
Yeah, I think once Isolation was cast on Matlock, even with Avatar popped, he's like, I don't know what's going on, I'm out. He dwarf tossed out, and that's where it's at. This fort bottom lane is really chunked over here for Knights that stay bronze, but so is Sugar Rob, and he does have his full souls. If he falls, he will be squishy. He goes in, knocks Matlock back. Totem is put down to slow any further pursuit from Knights that stay bronze, and level 13's already picked up for Punza Upon a Time.
Yes, they have that talent tier advantage for the moment right now. I was really impressed with that APOC that came out from Diablo. You know, Diablo, you frequently see players that are up in, you know, Diamond Master players that miss their APOC combo on Diablo, but Jugger Rob showed up here tonight. That was a beautiful APOC to set up the team fight and turn it in their favor there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many kills they got. I cannot remember, if any, but they just chunked and scared Knights of Stay Bronze down so much. Jugger Rob, though, throwing APOC out again. The Force Wall is there. Emerald Wind coming down. Jugger Rob, like I said, with full souls is the target here, but will not be a successful kill for Knights of Stay Bronze. Instead, Muradin and Cho'Gall fall, and this will be the first structure of the game going over to Punza Upon a Time. Just flying Spuds here to defend.
Yeah, unfortunately that phase shift not able to connect on time to heal up Cho'Gall. That altar is up now. They don't spawn in for another 5 seconds here. Greymane starting the channel on that bottom altar. The rest of the team making their way over to the siege camp on the side of Punza Upon a Time. This is going to make the score 32-19 in favor of Punza Upon a Time.
Yeah, I think that what's tricky here is how close to walls we're seeing these fights happen, and Diablo is just empowered by that. Polymorph does have a cooldown, so if it's not used at the exact right time, it's just a tool that we don't see from Knights that stay bronze. So I think we're going to have to see some mindfulness from the red team here. Level 16 to 13, though, full talent tier advantage again for Punza Upon a Time with these sappers coming in, and they will make it in. At least 2 of them.
We do see those 16s online now for Punza Upon a Time, so this is making it, you know, this is, and you're playing against a Cho'Gall, this is the position you want to be in. You want to be hitting those talent tier advantages first. Because if Cho'Gall gets level 16, all of a sudden he becomes so much harder to deal with. So if you can get that 16 and get something, get an advantage off of that, which looks like they were trying to do here, That's really what you need to be going for. But keep in mind, this is Towers of Doom. This is the comeback game, so you're playing Cho'Gall here. There's an opportunity for that comeback to happen. You can slowly wait for your Talontiers to come online here. There's a Polymorph going out onto Diablo. He is knocked back. Not quite far enough to start taking that damage from the tower walls. I guess they're towers in the back by the wall, but enough that he's going to be scared to back off here.
Well, this is the triple altar phase also, and Knights at State Bronze are down level 16s, but one thing that we can expect from them, seeing the Gaul go orb build, is that stun at level 16, which is their actual power spike, because when they're pinned up against their own wall, if you will, having those stuns is really useful. If they're able to get bottom fort from Punch Upon a Time, they're able to pretty much hold them back from taking their structure. So they really need to play it safely.
The longest tongue in history there. He tongued him through the force wall and it doesn't it just stretched out. It was kind of funny. Sonya in there spinning to win in the back line. The Diablo getting quite low again, but here's the thing, auto attack Diablo and a Bloodlust coming out. He's just not gonna die. Tongue landing onto the Muradin. He's looking to jump out of there, unfortunately not into a great position, and he's gonna get picked off as well. Almost getting that pick onto Greymane, and there he goes. He does fall, but Brightwing, looking like she might be in a bit of trouble, pops that Gladiator's medallion, and they're looking to try and turn this around here. Look at this. They do get the altar, but not for free. They do end up losing Diablo here. There's his soul's gone, but he is respawning back in and is going to be up for the defense here. Question is when is that phase shift back up for Brightwing? It's not going to be in time for Cho'Gall to continue to push this, and now she's looking like she might be in trouble herself here, trying to walk through those minions there. Not that they were going to help her, though.
Here's the thing. I don't know if that fight was the call because of the fact that they didn't lose the game. Their core still has health. But the fact that Cho'Gall is dead for another 20 seconds is just giving Once Upon a Time the opportunity to put in even more pressure in that bottom lane and take away the opportunity for Knights at Stay Bronze to even make use of their 16 power spike. They do have their fort back though, or it's, what is it, a keep now? So that's good.
But they're going to quickly lose it here if they can't do a good defense in the bottom, because they have Sapper Camps from the side of Punz Upon a Time walking in right now, and their Sapper Camp is being threatened by them additionally. So if they can't clear this out and also stop Punz Upon a Time from taking their Sapper Camp, this bottom fort is going to fall just in just a moment.
Yeah, well, if you have to see these orbs come out with any stuns, we see Cho winding up, possibly looking at someone. The thing is that once they go in, they're stuck because of the force wall. They're stuck because of the wall bangs. They're stuck because of the flips. So it has to be so very calculated. We do just have 5 health on their core. So they really can't afford to go in, because if they lose both of these objectives, then it's over for them. So I'm guessing we're going to see something aggressive. There is Matlock going in, also Cho'Gall, but we get the Apocalypse coming out and the Bloodlust popped. Matlock getting absolutely chunked. Twilight Nether, I think that's what it's called, coming out. Rhaegar falling, so it's 1 for 1 at this time. Brightwing, though, has the isolation on her head, and Greymane looking awfully low, will fall as well. It's 2 for 2. No healer on either side. And a pretty healthy Cho'Gall, but Jugger Rob is doing an exceptional job with his Diablo, and the stuns did land from Cho'Gall, so he's able to make it out, but...
Oh! Dirty bush gank! That was a little...
Just the tip of the laser from the Tassadar took his life, and this is GG most likely going over to Once Upon a Time.
Poor Cho'Gall not able to back out there, and Tassadar getting the channel on this altar. Game number 1 going over to Once Upon a Time. Very dominant first game here for them. Here's the thing. With a Cho'Gall comp, sometimes you really need a tank to add to the comp, but sometimes it almost feels like you're lacking a little bit of damage because you essentially now have 2 bruisers and a tank, and your only damage is
Mm-hmm.
Call, who's a frontline hero that is likely going to be focused because it's Cho'Gall. People like to hit Cho'Gall. So I just felt like a lot of the times here, and additionally, they're playing against Diablo, who an auto attack build with a Bloodlust Rhaegar, and you have no percent damage really on the side of Knights that stay bronze to deal with the Diablo, or even the Dehaka, who have huge health pools to go through. So
I
makes it
think
a
the
little
issue
tricky.
was just focusing the Diablo so much. He's all up in your face, but once his cooldowns are used, they have to come back up again. I think that Tassadar was just able to do whatever Tassadar wanted, only died once there, put in so much work and damage. If there was just a way for Matlock to maybe even go Haymaker and displace I don't know what would have been a better call there, um, but I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, it just felt like they weren't really able to secure the kills that they could have. Even 14-6 in kills in this game. They weren't even able to get that level 20, so a rough game there for the side of Knights that stay bronze. But this isn't over yet. We still have another game here. Let's take a look at the builds. Anything in particular is sticking out to you?
I just left. I just
Oh.
left that screen. I apologize.
All right.
So you
How
tell
about
me.
that? How about that Sonya leap?
I don't know how I feel about the leap because Smoke was able to get a few kills, and I think with more rage and just that extra oomph from Wrath of the Berserker, there could have been more devastation. I feel like uh, that wasn't necessarily the call because we had a lot of engages already. We didn't necessarily need to see the leap, you know. I
Yeah,
see
and
the
I think
next map link though.
the only time that I really saw, I'm gonna pop back over to us then, and when I say us, I mean me and your emote.
Yeah, not me. Not me.
The only time that we really saw leaped used as a really good engage was towards the end of the game. We saw it used a lot of the time as an escape. It's just one of those alts that is really hit and miss. I know there's some people out there like not Paradox that really hate leap. So and think it's a bad pick. So yeah, I think it didn't shine as much as I'm sure they were hoping there. But lobby is up for game number 2. We can finally do a rundown of these map selections here. Let me just update it real quick with this next map. We are going to Hanamura Temple for game number 2 here. It does look like this map was picked by Puns Upon a Time, as first pick is over on the side of Knights that Stay Bronze. So let's give you guys a look here at these map selections now that I have that all updated. So if you guys are curious about what's going on here tonight, I also got to update the score. There we go. Game number 1. let me give them the rundown real quick.
Okay.
Also, Arrow, thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate it. I hope you had a fantastic stream tonight. I'm assuming you were casting as well. So I hope those games were as entertaining as ours have been. So game number 1, played on Towers of Doom. That map picked by Knights that Stay Bronze with the win grabbed by Puns Upon a Time. Game number 2, we're going to Hanamura Temple. Again, those map bans that came out tonight, Puns Upon a Time have taken away Cursed Hollow and Infernal Shrines, and the side of Knights that Stay Bronze have banned out Battlefield of Eternity and Brax's Holdout. So we won't be seeing those tonight. But Hanamura, whew.
I know, this is crazy. My team always bans this map because it's so snowbally. And if we're able to see the same kind of macro pressure that we saw from Puns Upon a Time, I'm going to need to see some better defense from Knights that Stay Bronze to be able to take us to game 3. All this map is get a talent tier advantage, get a camp, rotate clockwise or counterclockwise around the map, and just have all the camps all the time. Like a turret for everyone. No,
yeah,
vision camp.
I like to call this one Ring Around the Camps because it's literally, you're right, and you can start right at level 4. You go for the invade onto the Sentinel camp, and from there you just start taking all of the camps on the map, and then by the time you're ready to team fight again, you're up 2 turrets, likely win that team fight, and you do it all again.
Yeah, That's pretty much it. So curious if we'll see a Cho'Gall again. Just kidding. I'm not. I know we won't. We can't, right?
Well, it is a 2-lane map. I wouldn't though, because Cho'Gall's
No,
a late
please.
game.
Please
He
no.
really is a late game. Kind of get that level 16, then really start to snowball. So if they can't win the early game with him here, it's probably not the best idea. Yes. Okay. They're asking for the readies. We are ready when they are.
I'm curious if we'll see the Sylvanas picked up or if that'll get banned again. That could be really useful here. Since Knights that Stay Bronze has first pick.
I think they should be banning Diablo
Oh yeah.
off that
Yeah.
first game.
Jugger
100%.
Rob.
And it's not just that. It's that if you're thinking back to the bans that Puns Upon a Time did do in the first round, they banned Tychus, and that is probably clearly a ban because they want to take Diablo. I don't think that they were thinking of taking Cho'Gall necessarily, as they did log in Diablo first pick. They just wanted that Diablo counter off the table and make it a little bit easier for him to dive in without having to worry about being chunked down.
But this isn't even a good Diablo map, and Jugger Rob could have something else up his sleeve, so he could debate a Diablo ban.
Yeah.
There's the Gazlo
Maybe
ban,
we'll
though.
do mind games, yeah. Gazlo ban, we saw this one from the side of Knights that Stay Bronze in game number 1 here. They're going to stick with it going into game number 2.
All right. The heartbeat noise of the draft. It's getting to me. It's going to be Brightwing. Okay. I know Brightwing's popular right now. A huge advocate for Brightwing over here. Have been for a long time, even when she was an actual trash can that just emitted healing once in a while. But I don't know if that was the call. The Rhaegar, I can understand. Ability to take camps is something Rhaegar has, and having that extra camp clear is too valuable. So I can understand that ban, but over the Diablo, I don't know. Maybe the totems were just too much. We weren't focusing on how impactful they were with the Diablo. I don't know.
I feel like they still want Diablo, though, because they're, again, banning Tychus. Unless, you know, chat's right and we were right in thinking that they were actually trying to do a Cho'Gall comp in game number 1. It's going to be the Anduin being picked up by the side of Knights that Stay Bronze as their first pick here.
I am wondering if we're going to see a Taunt Varian. I know that's weird to say.
From
but
which
from
team?
Knights that Stay Bronze. It's a random thought that I verbalized. But could be okay. Ooh, Stukov.
I like Joanna pick up here into a Stukov because when he drops his Lurking Arm, you can just, you know, unstoppable through it and condemn him to interrupt it. Oh, you don't even need to use Iron Skin some of the time if you don't have to walk through it. But it's just an easy interrupt.
There it is. The Greymane also picked up. So already just some more damage from the side of Knights that Stay Bronze. Final ban. Was the Sonya too much? Is that something? I mean, Sonya's great. Which team banned Artanis last game, though? Curious.
That would have been Knights that Stay Bronze, because I don't have that ban written down. It's the only ban I didn't write down.
There's the Sylvanas ban. Almost would have rather seen the Sylvanas picked up instead of the Greymane first, personally, because of the level 4 talent to boost those turrets. But here we are. Final ban for Knights that Stay Bronze.
I so far do think that Knights that Stay Bronze has a good draft going for them here. Greymane quite quick at grabbing the camps on Hanamura, which is such a big point of this map in particular. But additionally, if they're banning Tychus because they want another Diablo pickup, well, now you have a Cursed Bullet to kind of help shred down that Diablo as well.
Right. I just, as much as he may like to play Diablo, it might not get the most value here. There's so many open spaces. So instead we see the ETC, and I'm actually surprised the Tassadar made it through, because to me the Tassadar was more oppressive than the Rhaegar, for example. Those force walls were just too powerful. But we see Li Ming picked up by Flying Spud. Smoke maybe looking to pick up the Sonya.
Oh, we're just gonna have to see here. It's gonna be Yrel.
Interesting.
I like the Yrel pickup because you have that extra. ETC can face melt people off of camps and stuff to cap them, but Yrel now can knock back people as well to kind of zone off of camps if there is a lot of fights going on over them.
True. So this is possibly the Artanis, or maybe there's a Sonya player on this side of Puns Upon a Time. It was banned last time, but instead it's Rexar. So I'm really off with these off-lane predictions tonight. He's wearing his half shirt too. So yeah, you know what? Maybe I should have done more research, or maybe this is just something that works for them. I just think of the ability to clear. Hold on, is Matlock playing Li Ming? What?
Oh, interesting.
Surely this is an error.
Did they swap as a joke and then it just got left like that? No. I feel like I have never seen Matlock play Li Ming.
Same. Well, we'll have to wait to see if this is an error or if it's just something they've been practicing.
All right. Just
Sorry,
keeping
I'm
us
flabbergasted.
Keeping us entertained and on our toes here tonight. But we are into game number 2 of the evening. If Puns Upon a Time can grab the win here, that'll be the series wrapped up. But Knights that Stay Bronze aren't down and out yet. On the left-hand side, we have Puns Upon a Time with Umbob33 playing the Rainer. Pet Wolverine on the Tastar, Lulu on the Stukov, Barber on the Rexar, and Jugger Rob, on the ETC.
And it is a mistake, as we can see from the chat here, but cannot respond. But they're stuck with it, I think. On the red side, playing for Knights that Stay Bronze, we have Matlock playing Li Ming. Flying Spuds playing Greymane, Silver Spy on Anduin, Angry Smurf on Johanna, and Smoke on Yrel.
I'm just going back and reading the chat, and they said, so something happened. We may have messed up. So yeah, I don't think Matlock's supposed to be on Li Ming. I don't know how they all ended up swapping roles here, but definitely interesting outcome here.
Yeah, I'm tickled is the word. I am tickled.
And this is why they stay bronze.
Oh my god. Oh, but Silver Spy headed to silver with that leap of faith. Excellent job.
All right, we do have those camps spawning in now, up and available for the teams to take here. So we're going to see that ring around the camp starting any moment now. Does look like Lulu is going over with the help of the Rainer Tastar to start up the Sentinel camp on the side of Puns Upon a Time. Greymane going for that turret camp over on the side of Knights that stay bronze. And we have another raid coming in from Ban Kai. Thank you so much.
Welcome to those of you in chat. We are in game 2 of a best of 3. Division D NGS here. There is a chastise onto Jugger Rob, an orb to follow up. Excellent job. But I mean, we're still low here in levels. No real talents except for one Silver Spy with very little mana. So Angry Smurf is going to have to back up. But Jugger Rob is all over that. Trait being popped, silence avoided. But Silver Spud's going for a kill. Gets it on TTC, having to use Medallion.
Oh, it would be nice to see this go to a game 3 with the slip up that we saw Knights that Stay Bronze have. Maybe Matlock is actually a DPS at heart, and we just didn't know it all along.
I was gonna say underground Ming God question mark. Let's take a look at his build. Oh. And that's a Tassadar kill. So
well, yeah, see, you know, it's calculated draft swaps. They're saying it's accidental, but they're just playing mind games.
Yeah, I am shooketh. I am tickled, as I mentioned. Flying Spuds over here getting tickled by the Sentinel, trying to pick that up.
Yeah, Ming and Raynor battling it out in the bottom lane here, catching soak for their teams. As Yrel and Rexar fighting it out in the top lane. Yrel getting kind of low here and running out of mana as well, but the Sentinel camp is going to get picked up by Knights That Stay Bronze, so that's going to be pushing top in just a moment as this objective spawns in. There is a contest over this camp here. The turret is dropped by Once Upon a Time. Yrel coming down to help out, and that silence from the Stukov just putting in work here.
Angry Smurf, though, at full health, stepping in too. It was able to be picked up, and it looks like Once Upon a Time...
I was so confused. It was like
back.
not.
Yeah, I was
they
like,
weren't spawning back
this?
in. That was so weird.
It was. I don't know. It's like
it wasn't like capable, but they also weren't spawning back in. I don't know.
My eyes were playing tricks on me. My mind, all of it. I was very confused. But here we are with this objective up, close to level 7 for the side of Knights That Stay Bronze. 10 seconds until the Sentinel on Once Upon a Time spawns again. So,
I'm curious if we're going to start to see an invade here. Level 7s are almost online now for Knights That Stay Bronze if they wanted to go for the invade onto the Sentinel camp, and they could do it without having to risk giving up the objective for it here as well. Here's that level 7 hit. They just want to walk away and go straight to the Sentinel camp. They're going to be able to catch the members here.
Yeah, they're not really necessarily interested in that idea because the Sentinel is just about to drop.
They're
interested, but they're just a little too late. They're a little late. They needed to leave the objective to do that. It was a good call. It was just too late. And level 7s are now online for both teams. It looks like Knights That Stay Bronze is looking at rotating up. They already have the fort, wall, and towers down. A little bit of damage onto that top fort. And they've changed their mind. Full circle 180 here. Actually, not full circle. They're back down to bottom lane. There's Force Wall again. Matlock able to teleport out of that. Here comes a swing from the Sentinel.
Greymane able to pick up that turret camp, though. Iron Skin coming out from the Joanna, and we have those heals connecting for the Anduin, able to heal his team up. So they do manage to clear out that Sentinel camp, and now clearing up the wave as well, catching some soak here. Keep an eye on what's going on top here, though, because Raynor is starting the rotation up to look at Yrel, going to go for this Vision camp potentially first. Do have Raynor talenting into Exterminator in this game, so he's able to take those camps pretty quickly.
Right, Sentinel's available now again for the side of Knights That Stay Bronze. Turret camp up for Once Upon a Time. So here is the ring around the camp.
Power slide connecting onto the Greymane here. We have the Force Wall coming out. He tries to go into Worgen through the Force Wall. Doesn't quite work out, but he is able to survive for now. A lot of damage traded back and forth here. Turret was dropped by the side of Knights That Stay Bronze. Looking to just pick up the kill onto Misha here, but that's not working out for them either. Turret started up now by Once Upon a Time as Knights That Stay Bronze do the recon camp in the top.
Right, that did allow them to get level 9, so they're even closer to 10s, now rotating to their Sentinel. Johanna is the only one bot, though, and there is a 4-man rotation headed down here. Angry Smurf can smell it. Maybe.
And there's a Sentinel camp getting picked up by Knights That Stay Bronze, pushing them just ever closer to that level 10, just slightly off from hitting it now. Does look like they're doing that rotation onto Rexar once again. They do catch Misha in the bush, but that's unfortunately not going to work out there. Sentinel camp threatening that top fort here, and level 10's almost online for Knights That Stay Bronze, so they're really in a good position going into this if they wanted to either push with this and try to take the fight by sieging top fort with their level 10 advantage, or they're just going to grab the camp and maybe look at Tassadar.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they're just looking at structures, really. They could definitely be more aggressive, especially with that level 10 that they got. But again, similar to when they invaded the camp last time, it was just a little bit too late.
Yeah,
Tassadar is still chunking them down.
that's what's happening here. They're going in here, all of them kind of missing quite a bit of health here, and level 10's now online for the side of Puns Upon a Time. It's not really an ideal fight for them to be taking at the moment.
Right. They could be sieging the top fort while this camp is getting picked up, but instead the boars come out for them. Matlock snared, throwing an orb. He will get slid upon, and there is the mosh, but the life grip saves him. I forgot what it's called, repulsion. It's up to 20 upgrade. Kind of knocks Jugger Rob back. Matlock's doing his best, though, Jazzy. Really.
Yeah, you know, it doesn't feel like they messed up their roles at all. I think they're playing a good game here. You have that black hole coming out from Tassadar. Greymane in the back line gets a pick onto Tassadar. He does fall, and now he's rolling on out, going into his stealth mode for a moment here as he looks to retreat. Matlock getting quite low, looking to toss some orbs out. Power slide coming out from the ETC, but it doesn't quite connect, so he's going to be able to back out. Meanwhile, Greymane getting chased down by minions.
Well, Misha was hot on his tail, I can tell you. Ice in the Dark didn't last very long, so Misha continued to try to get him. But yeah, I think a minion took his life ultimately. He was that chunked.
So that whole fight just ended up being a 1-for-1 here, but Puns Upon a Time able to walk in the objective during this. Knights That Stay Bronze opting to take their turret camp and siege up bottom a little bit here.
Well, they're going to have to get value with it. Misha is putting in work. Not Rexar, just Misha on this top fort. Now we're seeing a rotation down to bot from Puns Upon a Time. Angry Smurf a little behind Jugger Rob, really just thirsty for those slides. He's done such an excellent job with them, but there's contests up here top lane, Jazzy.
Yeah, they do get that pick onto Misha here, so Bear's going to be down for the next little bit. And managed to save the fort for now, but it's looking a little sick up there. That fort's gonna fall in just a moment if any pressure is pushed through by Rexar here. Their Sentinel camp up and available to take on the side of Knights That Stay Bronze. We are gonna see Greymane and Yrel start that up right now as Puns Upon a Time grab the turret camp on their side of the map and rotate down to take that recon camp and maybe grab some soak pressure bottom fort now.
Right. This would be a great opportunity for Knights That Stay Bronze to pick up Sentinel, possibly top vision, get 13, and push onto this top fort. Also a good opportunity to get a pick onto Rexar, and that is what they did. They do not have 13 yet, but with the Sentinel going, they could get the fort. Instead, they want to go for this fight and protect their own.
Yeah, I'm surprised we're not seeing more trading going on with structures here. They have a Greymane on the team, which means they're going to shred through these structures quite a lot faster. I mean, you have Raynor as well, though. But still quite capable of just trying to trade forts if they wanted to there. They were able to keep their fort up for the time being, but I'm not sure how long that's going to stay alive for. That Sentinel threatening top fort now of Puns Upon a Time, and they also have a Sentinel up and available to take on their side of the map as well. And it looks like we're finally going to see an invade onto a camp that may actually work out here for Knights That Stay Bronze.
9 seconds on Light Bomb 6 now. If we do see the rotation down, it might be up just in time. 2 seconds and
here comes the Mosh from ETC catching a few members. Is interrupted, and we have the Ardent Defender coming out from Yrel, healing herself back up. Light Bomb comes out as well. Tassadar looking quite low. Greymane going in to try to finish him off. Turns around to throw at his Q, try to get some more damage, but nothing found there for the side of Puns Upon a Time. That Sentinel camp going over in favor of Knights That Stay Bronze, as well as a kill in their favor.
My only question is, can this top fort fall, or is it too strong? Will we ever see this fall?
Here's where we can kind of start to see the ring around the camp thing happen. We saw Yrel after that team fight take the top recon camp, and now Greymane is capping that turret camp as well. Turret camp on the side of Puns Upon a Time up in 25 seconds if they wanted to go try and contest that. And the Sentinel camp on the side of Knights That Stay Bronze up in 34 seconds. So, I mean, the next kind of team fight that you're going to see happen is when those death timers are kind of long enough now that camps are all back up by the time the team fight's over with.
The way that I see it, though, is we have 5-1 kills in favor of Knights That Stay Bronze, and, I mean, they're the ones down structures, or a structure, almost 2. They need to have more pressure onto these structures when they get these kills, because the clear is just too strong from the side of Puns Upon a Time. And I think that's how they're going to win is capitalizing on those advantages.
They're going for that pick onto Rexar here. Wave of force coming out from the Li Ming. The orb connecting on, and they're chasing into this fort, trying to find it. Boars are out, though. Those are going to be slows, and the rest of the team rotating down. A huge black hole from Tassadar, catching the members of Knights That Stay Bronze. The Mosh is out, doesn't connect, but the Force Wall is going to keep Greymane in there. Anduin trying to save him, but unfortunately that auto attack just following him and securing the kill. 3 members down on the side of Knights That Stay Bronze. This is going to be the bottom fort going down here, and maybe even a Sentinel invade.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. They're very close to 16 on the side of Once Upon a Time. They will pick that up just now. Also, with the Sentinel taking that bottom fort, gives them
is
pressure.
Very dangerously positioned right now. Very extended in this lane. If they were to have rotated straight onto her, I'm surprised they didn't, honestly. But that Sentinel going to be pushing in top lane right now. Ural's going to have to clear that up. Meanwhile, Once Upon a Time grabbing that bottom recon camp and pushing in the objective.
Yeah, and this is actually what the snowball looks like, is when you capitalize on getting those picks. Now we have just keeps up for Knights That Stay Bronze. A turret just now dropped that was in hand.
Actually, that was...
They were able to steal.
That was pretty good play there by Knights That Stay Bronze. They didn't actually engage, but they were around enough that Once Upon a Time thought they had to drop a turret, so they just made him waste a turret for no reason here, meaning that they don't have a turret going into the next fight.
Right, and it would have been risky too because they don't have 16s. They do
exactly.
now, but they didn't. So interesting and good job on them. But their turret camp is available. Is it worth fighting over? I would argue yes, but it's just a little too late. A little bit too late.
Here comes a Boars from Rexar.
Yeah.
Not much else, though. Doesn't seem like either team really excited about the thought of taking an engage here. They're just kind of sitting, waiting, and looking for that opportunity to catch someone out of position. Because right now, both teams, level 16s, equal talent here. Turret up, and there's Power Slide out onto Greymane. Black Hole coming out from Tassadar, catching some of the members of Knights That Stay Bronze. Li Ming getting quite chunked here. Anduin doing what he can to heal him up. We have the Hyperion out from Raynor as the Sentinel pushes in to the bottom keep of Knights That Stay Bronze.
That was a frame perfect leap of faith by Anduin. The big Genji was about to swing, and the leap of faith just saved him. Oh, a misclick on the mosh pit.
Oops.
But hey, the keep did not fall bottom lane. And we're just slow to get experience for both teams at this point. If Knights That Stay Bronze want to get an advantage, they need to be able to be aggressive and get these recon camps. They were, just getting bottom. They're probably keeping an eye on the fact that their Sentinel's up in 5 seconds. They're both on an even talent tier here.
Yeah, I just feel like there's been a handful of times in this game where they've been a bit late on the rotation. They were a bit late to that last turret camp. They were a bit late to some Sentinel camps when they had the advantage and should have been trying to fight, or at least were on equal footing, and it was their opportunity to try and come back because now they're playing from behind.
Right. Well, after sending that Genji top lane, maybe they take the opportunity to push the structure bottom a little bit, get some damage onto it. They've cleared the wave. Will they press forward, or are they going to rotate up and fight?
See, I think they need to look for the fight while they're overextended in the top lane, because level 20s are going to be online soon for Once Upon a Time. So they're looking for that opportunity to try and take a fight before level 20s are hit and come back that way. But again, I feel like they're just playing a little bit too passively.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. They are very safe right now, just going to lanes when they're pushed out a little.
Like, they know where, you have to know where Once Upon a Time is right now. There's only one place on the map for them to be, and it's on that Sentinel. But instead of rotating there, they rotated all the way back by their keep. And really, like, they're a long way off of hitting 20 at this point. Like, they should be looking for something while they can. Otherwise, they're going to sit back or have to take fights down talent tiers.
Also, I'm going to say it again, that top fort, just hanging on by a thread, just even that extra pressure top lane would do them some good on the side of Knights That Stay Bronze to have the periodic catapult pressure. But I mean, it's still standing there, and so playing safe will not win the
This is
game
the
at
boards
this
being
point.
sent out by Rexar here. The turret was dropped by Knights that stay bronze. Hyperion coming through with the minion wave to secure this bottom. Keep Light Bomb out, though. We do see ETC going in. The Unstoppable popped by him. It did look like he was trying to get the Mosh there, but enough interrupt that it wasn't quite able to be popped off, and now they're looking to retreat here. And I don't blame them. They should be looking for that level 20. They are so close to hitting it here. There's no point in them trying to take a fight on equal talent here into Knights that stay bronze. Knights that stay bronze look like they want this fight, though. They're finally like going for this chase. They're on the engage. That turret camp is up. They know where they can find them here. It's started up now, and let's see how this plays out.
We only have Go for the Throat and Li Ming's ultimate. Still, though, Once Upon a Time has decided to just let them take the turret. They want their 20s. Top recon camp is available.
Oh, Greymane, very aggressive going in there, but gets the pick onto Tassadar. Here comes the Mosh, and he's able to roll on out of there, go into stealth mode, and is retreating. But Joanna, unfortunately, getting caught in that silence. She is going to get picked off here, and it now looks like Yrel, the next target here, to go down. Power slide connecting onto her from ETC. Raynor on the back end, just trying to get some damage out onto the Li Ming and Anduin as they are on the retreat here.
Yeah, it's starting to get more and more rough for Knights that stay bronze. Level 20s being picked up will allow Once Upon a Time to get the Sentinel. Top keep is the only structure left for Knights that stay bronze, so that will be pressured with the Sentinel, with this objective being pushed as well. Half a level until level 20 for Knights that stay bronze, though, and about 27 seconds until Yrel is up, 18 for Johanna. So all that they can really do is poke and try to poke safely, but these long-range slides from ETC are just too dangerous to even consider that, honestly.
And they're going to walk in this objective here, so that's going to start to do a bit of damage to this keep. And then the core following that is there's no structures left on the side of Once Upon a Time. And that silence followed out by the Bolt of the Storm from the ETC to keep the Greymane out of position there. They managed to secure the kill. Still waiting on Tassadar to join them here, so it is a 4v4 for the moment. ETC getting quite low. Power slides out to try and survive here, and for now that's just what he's doing, but that core is falling 40% and going down quite quickly here. And Tassadar here to help out now. Black Hole comes out, that core looking really low. This is going to be game number 2 going over to Once Upon a Time. GG's and well played. What a series! Whew! Lots of twists and turns.
Yeah, I didn't expect a Matlock Li Ming, but only one death and about 42k damage, higher than the Raynor on the winning team. But I think it was just a matter of capitalizing on the structures and things when they had the advantage in kills.
Yeah, no, I agree. Let's hit up the Once Upon a Time, see if they want to do an interview. I'm going to jump into the NGS lobby if you want to join me in there. I wonder how differently it would have played out if they hadn't messed up their swaps on their roles there in the draft.
I think that Matlock as a tank and most likely a shot caller would have been a little bit faster in making those calls for invades, but he may have still been shot calling. I'm not certain. I mean, we saw excellent anchoring from Angry Smurf playing Johanna, so I'm just not 100% sure.
Mm-hmm.
Hello and welcome, Jugger Rob.
Hello, how are you?
Just fabulous. How about yourself?
Doing pretty well after that.
Oh yeah, certainly. So congratulations. First of all, your Diablo is terrifying.
Oh,
I'm just going to put that on the table.
Oh, I appreciate the compliment. I feel like he's in need of a lot of improvement, but, you know, sometimes he can work out, and that was a good game, so.
Yeah, I mean, managed to have them against the wall, pun intended, Once Upon a Time. Like the whole game.
Yeah. Yeah, that's, I mean, we scouted them. We saw that they played Shogun. It might be something that they play on that particular map. And I think we had a pretty good game plan going into the draft, trying to make sure that we could counter it well enough. And I think we did a pretty good job.
Can we talk about your bans for a moment here? Both games you were banning out Tychus and Sylvanas. What were your thoughts there?
For the Tychus, we wanted to be able to hang again. We went in with the mind frame that they were probably going to pick Shogal, so we wanted to take away something that could blow up tanks because we knew we were going to have to like gain a positional advantage, and Tychus just doesn't allow you to do that as easily. And so that was the ban on that. And then Sylvanas on that map, on the first map specifically, we didn't want them to be able to push as hard bottom if they did go with a Cho'Gall.
Mm-hmm.
And so we thought that she might be kind of problematic. And then I think that same mind frame just kind of carried over into the second match because they had played Cho'Gall on Hanamura as well. So we just figured, to just keep the same bans or similar bans. I think we banned the Brightwing because it was really disruptive in the first game. So.
All right. Let's talk a little bit about your offlane picks here. Mm-hmm. We had Dahaka in game number 1 and Rexar in game number 2. Those heroes, for whatever reason, have kind of fallen out of the meta a little bit more, and we don't see them played as frequently. Can you just talk a little bit about why those were your pickups for offlane?
I mean, we kind of let Barber do whatever he really wants. We give him some suggestion on what we're looking for in the 5, like in the team fight, mm-hmm. and then he just sort of picks based around that. And so yeah, I think those are just, he's pretty comfortable on any offlane hero. So I think he just thought that those were the best picks for the situation that we were looking for.
No, and I don't disagree with him. I think Dahaka is quite capable of double soaking in Towers mm-hmm. of Doom, and then Rexar really easily can win a lane on top of doing camps on Hanamura. So I like those pickups. I think Slex liked the task plays. You want to talk a little bit about that, Slex?
Oh, I was just saying the Tassadar, especially with the Diablo, those force walls with how heavily melee they were in game 1, especially with the Brightwing having to hug, was just insane. Tassadar this second game, not really getting those kills, but still just putting in a lot of damage. I feel like you don't think about banning a Tassadar until you go against one, and that would have been a ban for me if I were on Knights that Stay Bronze. So great job to Pet Wolverine.
Yeah, I think in game 1, I wish that if my Diablo was better, we could have made even better use of those force walls because they were really good in the first game. In the second game, I think we kind of had a similar mindset of what we were looking for in a team fight. So the Tassadar worked out well there, and the black hole in game 2 I think was pretty important, especially we were trying to take a bottom keep or trying to run away from a bottom keep, and that force wall pushed everybody else away except for the Urel, and it was really key to us reaching 20 without inting for a keep.
Jugger Rob, we have a question in chat from the audience asking what your favorite Little Debbie snack is. I'm sorry, Lil Debbie, not little. Lil Debbie snack.
I think definitely those oatmeal pies. Growing up, the person that I went to, who babysat me, the woman always had those Little Debbie oatmeal cakes or whatever, and they are A+. I don't eat them very much anymore because they give me massive heartburn, but they're enjoyable still.
I don't even know what Little Debbie snack. Like, I know what they are, but I don't know any of them off the top of my head.
They do the holiday like cutouts of the Christmas trees. They're kind of like Hostess, except for not as popular, I guess. But maybe that might not even be true. I don't even know.
Okay. I just couldn't think of any other products, but yeah, looks interesting.
We'll need to send some to you.
Yeah.
You'll need to go to the market and
like,
pick some up.
A school snack growing up or something, but it's been so long that I've even bothered looking at that kind of stuff that I couldn't even think of what Little Debbie's makes.
I think they make cosmic brownies too.
Oh,
Yeah, there
I
you go.
like
That's
those.
yeah, everybody knows those. Those are delicious.
I would have to disagree, but that's for another chat.
Oh,
We're celebrating
yeah.
your victory.
All right, fair enough.
Do you have any more questions about the game before we move into shoutouts, Lex?
No,
All
I
right.
don't.
All right, I don't really have much more either, so we can move on into those shoutouts if there's anyone you'd like to shout out before we wrap up the interview.
All right, yeah, just shout out to my teammates as well as everybody that was watching and cheering us on, and thank you guys for casting, and thanks for the Knights for good games.
All right, congrats on the win. I do know that going into the series tonight, your team was sitting in 5th place with Knights that stay bronze and 6th, so that kind of just solidifies your standing in the division. So best of luck for how the rest of the season plays out, and congrats on the win once again.
Thank you so much. Thanks for casting.
All right, good night.
You too. Bye-bye.
Okay.
What
Well,
a
that-
wild night, Jazzy. It felt like we were at the airport trying to get to a connecting second.
Yeah, that pretty well sums up the emotional roller coaster we had in these two series tonight. But that is going to be the baddest dudes taking the first series of the night 2-1, and then Puns Upon a Time. Nice 2-0 sweep here to wrap up the evening of our doubleheader cast here. Slex, where can people find you? Shout yourself out, girl.
Shouting myself out. Okay. Well, Slexia, you're awesome. Slexia. No. I'd like to thank myself for, no, actually, just find me at twitch.tv/Slexia or Twitter at Slexia3. And that's pretty much it. Jazzy, what about you?
Well, if you are here watching, you found my channel just fine. But if you enjoy Casted Heroes of the Storm games, that's all that's going on my channel these days. So please hit that follow button if that's your jam. In terms of what's going on for the rest of the week, for me, I will be streaming tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. Pacific time. And then my next NGS cast is going to be Saturday at 7 p.m. That game is going to be Heroic Division. Let me just double check here the teams that are playing. Heroic Division Brawl is Life versus Team Ripers. So if you guys want to catch that, that's going to be Saturday at 7 p.m. And of course, I still have my stream tomorrow at 6 p.m. for you guys to check out as well. Other than that, hit that follow button, and I will see you guys again tomorrow evening. Have a wonderful, safe day until then.
Yes.
All right. Good night, guys. We'll find someone to send you guys on over to in just a minute here.